Hi everyone, welcome back to Coffee Books and Rain, where we have traded our coffee for a bit of peppermint tea, and we do have rain and we do have books. Now it's just a little bit of a misting rain, which is why my hair looks a little bit frizzy and fluffy, is because I took my puppies outside for their evening walk and they are both passed out sound asleep, but my hair got a little fluffy so I'm gonna have to fix it tomorrow. But we're not here to talk about hair and weather, are we? I've got a little bit of an itch on my nose, probably from like puppy fur. And I'm still breaking in my new little background. So I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys kind of can see all my cute little things that I have kind of set up. I was kind of looking in my viewfinder there to kind of see what I've got going on. But this little bowl right here, this little red one right here, it's actually a calcifer bowl that holds yarn, and I'm trying to get back into like crochet, so I got that with a gift card that I had for Amazon because it's just so stinking cute. I love it. But we're not here to talk about Amazon purchases or anything like that, although I probably could. Let us dive into the book of the moment, which is Stone Certainty by Simon R. Green. Now, this is Holy Terrors Mystery number 2, and I do feel like you can read the Holy Terror books. Actually, you can read a lot of Simon R. Green books out of order. You're going to be missing some background, but I feel like each story is fairly complete in what you get within the pages. And I felt like that with this book, and I'll tell you why. I picked it up thinking this was the first of the series, got probably, I would say, 25 pages into it when I realized another mystery had already happened. And our characters are coming back together after that book. So, there is a book before this. I will try to get you the name of that book. And hopefully, well, actually, let's just click his name. Simon R. Green is very prolific. He has like 276 books according to Goodreads. And I think his Nightside series is probably my favorite. His Deathstalker series is really good. His the Man with the Golden Torque series, I forget what that one's called, but man, good, just really good. I've been reading a lot of Simon R. Green's books for quite a long period of time. I think it's the Secret Histories. The Man with the Golden Torque is book 1 of Secret Histories. But I'm trying to find the first book of this series, which is the Holy Terror series, and this is book 2. So just wanted to find the name of, let's see. No, that's Secret Histories. He is, again, very, very prolific in his writings. Ghostfinder series, Ishmael Jones, Hawk and Fisher series. I am still looking for the next book in this. I do kind of wish that they would list it as such. Secret Histories, Ghostfinders. My goodness. Well, I may just have to go back to the book and we will find it another day. But it's okay. We're going to go back. Doot. All right, there we go. We're going to go back to the book because I can't find the name of the first one, and that's okay. But love Simon R. Green. So if you guys are looking for a sci-fi fantasy author who is very prolific, who seems to have tons of books available for pickup, if you like Jim Butcher or people of that nature, Kevin Hearn, you may also like Simon R. Green if he has not come up on your radar. So, let us dive into Stone Certainty. Dare you to enter the Stone Circle? Oh, dare you enter the Stone Circle? Question mark. The world's most unlikely ghost-busting duo, actress Diana and handsome young Bishop Alistair, are back in the spine-tingling paranormal mystery from New York Times best-selling British fantasy author. There are stories about the dilapidated stone circle at Chipping Amesbury going back centuries, of people going missing, never to be seen again, of people found dead inside the circle, of monsters and of demons. The villagers may tell the tale with relish to visiting tourists, but a careful observer will notice that there is no transport to the stones. No tours on offer, and the locals stay well away. Alastair Kincaid, the youngest ever bishop of All Souls Hollow, is an expert in Britain's ancient stone circles. That's why, when landowner Sir Neville Chumley announces his plans to restore the circle to its ancient glory, he agrees to take part in a documentary about the project. Well, that plus talented actress Diana Hunt is on board. Ever since their last encounter, when the pair of them hunted ghosts and solved a murder, the tabloids have dubbed them the Holy Terrors, and Alastair can't wait to see her again. Ooh. But soon after filming begins, Alastair and Diane are plunged into a terrifying mystery, for the repositioning of the final stone unleashes a series of blood-chilling events that threatens to make them both believe in demons, if, that is, they make it out of the stone circle alive. So, there we go. That is the background. I think these are really funny. Now, it's kind of interesting, though. It says these are perfect for the fans of Simon R. Green's urban fantasy novels, which is kind of what I was kind of touting earlier. I was kind of like, promoting those a little bit earlier, as well as those who enjoy American Horror Story, interesting, and The Haunting of Hill House, horror novels, and murder mysteries with a supernatural twist. Honestly, that is exactly why I picked up this book. Not because I think it, suits the American Horror Story / Haunting of Hill House. And I actually have done The Haunting of Hill House, kind of a book review of that with my friend John on the podcast, Books Are Magical. So you're welcome to go get my perspective of that. But The Haunting of Hill House is really far more psychological in a lot of ways. If you read the book, not the movies or the TV show, but if you read the book, it seems as though a lot of the turmoil for Eleanor, or Nell, happens internally in her own mind and her own psyche. Whereas, of course, the movie, at least the newer movie with Catherine Zeta-Jones, or the TV show by Ryan Flannery, I think it's right, take it in a more supernatural, paranormal direction that makes it more jump scary, but a little less psychological. This one, I mean, let's just say I loved this book. I thought it was fantastic, but Simon R. Green rarely lets me down because I'm just so familiar with his works. Now, I am going to have to go back and read the first book, but I didn't feel like I needed it to really understand the dynamic of Diana and Alastair. I could definitely tell there's some chemistry going on. I do not know if a bishop is able to date an actress. I have no idea about all of that, but of course in my brain I'm going to ship them really hard. So hopefully he doesn't break any of his personal bishop vows, to whatever the extent they may be. But she is an actress, and so she is definitely a force to be reckoned with, and I love this dynamic so much. It's really a lot of fun. I do give this book about 4.25, almost 4.5 stars, and that's without reading the other book. We start by Alastair getting to the stone circle first, and he's kind of looking at the stones. He is more or less a subject matter expert on these British stones. And so think of Stonehenge as one of these stone circles. But apparently there are many across England and across Britain, so to speak. So this is just another one that they have encountered. Well, the reason that Alastair and Diana get brought to this particular location and why they're back together in this particular one is that a documentary is being made on the stone circle that's in Chipping, Amesbury. And back in the 1920s, somebody, maybe one of the nobility or, lords of the land, what have you, he had moved the stones in a way that he said, or they said, was more aesthetically pleasing to the eye, Well, now the current landowner, Sir Neville Chumley, which is definitely one of the most British names I've ever encountered, he he's putting them back into the positioning that they were originally in. So this documentary is here with these two individuals who have kind of this, I don't know if I want to call it infamous history with supernatural, but a little bit. They have been brought in not only because the public eye knows them as this holy terrors duo, but also kind of as the celebrities of this documentary. And the thing is things do start to go wrong once these stones start getting moved back into place. It does become this very paranormal, supernatural sort of thing that's happening. In the first book, from what I'm able to understand, is, well, at least at the beginning of this book, both Diana and Alistair are trying to justify the events of the first book as, well, Alistair especially, is trying to justify them as almost like a shared psychosis moment. Like they were both kind of hallucinating. I think it's like a shared hallucination sort of thing. So they were both kind of seeing what they thought they would see, or I mean, it's kind of hard to describe, but it wasn't supernatural or paranormal is what he's trying to say, that it was more of a kind of shared hallucination, so to speak. Diana, on the other hand, feels fully convinced that this situation has been supernatural or paranormal. So she is back here not only to kind of continue being this actress sort of like girl, but she's actually seems very into it. Like she's very curious about these stones and the supernatural or possibly paranormal aspect that may come out of the situation. Well, we are quickly joined by the film crew and the producer. She shows up, but this other guy shows up. He may be the director. I kind of forget. He may be like the host or co-host. I don't know. I just feel like I remember him being like an absolute tool. Like I was like, what are you doing here, guy? It's like one of those guys that plasters on like the fake smile and has the fake tan and the two white teeth. Like that's what I picture when I picture this guy. He's just like this tool. And I'm sitting here going, oh man, this guy, he's not going to make it to the end. I'm not going to tell you if he does or doesn't. I'm not going to tell you if anybody does or doesn't, but I'm just saying I had fun with this book. This book is only about 200 pages. It does say about 192 pages in hardcover. I do want to say that my ebook was somewhere around 160. I usually do have my font pretty small, but that's just me and just how I read it. It's very funny because my mom will look at my phone and she's like, how in the world can you read this tiny text? And I'm like, Mom, I've been reading my entire life, like multiple books a week. I will actually be sad when my eyesight starts to change and I can't see these small like words anymore. I will definitely notice. Like I think I just had my annual eye visit and they were asking me if my up close vision feels like it's changing, and I was like, I read every day. I think I would know if any of that was changing. So no, I don't think that's changing yet. And let us continue to cross our fingers and hope that it does not happen in the near future. But I got a little off track from the book. It is really cool, really good. It does make you think, are there demons? What's going on? Have we opened a portal to the underworld or maybe to the Fae realm? What is going on? Because so much seems to get unleashed, and yeah, you gotta wonder, like, I mean, Simon R. Green writes a lot of that sci-fi fantasy, so I'm always expecting sci-fi fantasy. I don't feel like this is kind of Scooby-Doo, where you take off the mask and it's just like Mr. Jones the Gardener. So, definitely not that, so to speak, but I enjoyed it. I had fun. It's what I would consider a light read because it's fairly short. You go through it very quickly, you get the story done, and then you can easily move on to the next book. You don't get a book hangover. You don't have to invest too much emotional time into this book. And I mean, again, the action and adventure is pretty engaging, so you kind of stick with it. I think I read it in about 2 sittings. Probably could have done it in 1, but my mind was kind of going, hey, let's go do this. Hey, let's go do that. So I kept putting it down to go do things, and that ended up cleaning out like 3 of my closets. And I pulled together some stuff that I need to go donate to a local rescue, because I've got lots of pillows and blankets and sheets and old towels that I'm going to try to take over there on like Tuesday. But anyway, we got off track. I think the book is good. I highly recommend it. And like I said, I give it like 4.25 to a 4.5 stars. I may just go ahead and, like, I hate to round down when I know that I'm going to go back to this author time and time again, when I have over 15 of his books out on my bookshelf out there. I jump at the chance to read Simon R. Green books when I get the chance, especially if they pop up on NetGalley, because I love talking about his urban fantasies and his sci-fi fantasies, or his fantasies in general, paranormal fantasies, whatever they may be. I just enjoy them. So let me leave it there. Let me put it aside so you guys can figure out if you guys are going to want to read it. I think they're worth it. If you like urban fantasy, if you like stuff like Jim Butcher or Kevin Hearn and things along that line, then I think this is a person that you should look into as well. But thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you'll like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next page. And I hope you have a great one as always.